Hey guys, I'm Spades, a new YouTuber on the platform. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can turn this into this with only a few simple steps. I like to use this process a lot in my art because of the cinematic results. If you want to see more, check out my Instagram. We're going to get started with our model SUA from Alien Stage to help us teach the process of how to apply light and shadows. Right here you can see all of my layers. Our first step is going to be pressing the layer button right next to the button with a sideways arrow. Once you press that, you're going to add a blank layer on top of your drawing. Then we're going to go to this section where it says normal. This leads to multiple blending modes. Blending modes are an effect you can add to a layer to change how the colors blend with colors on lower layers. So now that we're there, we're going to press the multiply option and then clip the layer to the one below. Now we're going to use a big brush and choose a grayish light color depending on the reference or palette. For this one, I chose an orangey gray. Sometimes if it comes out too dark, you can either lighten the color or change the opacity of the layer. Next, we're going to go back to our layers and then add a new one. Then we're going to clip it and set the blending mode to color dodge. Color dodge helps with highlights to make your art look bright and contrast with the multiply layer. Because the light is coming from the back in the original drawing, we're going to outline the edge since the source isn't facing towards her. In this case, I didn't change the color of my brush, but for different settings of light, feel free to play with colors. Now I'm going to show you another option for light. If you go back into the blending modes, you can switch the color dodge to the add option. The difference between the two is that the add mode solely revolves around the color on your brush, whereas the color dodge will lighten the bottom layer by alternating them. Now we're going to add a bit more life by adding another layer and setting the blend mode to lighten. We're going to take a big airbrush and then change the color to something more pink. This technique will give the character or object some warmth and more color depth. As you see here, the pink makes SUA lively and less dead. You're going to want to lightly brush it around her skin and a little bit over the hair. When you're done with that, you want to lower the opacity of the layer. Another one of my favorite techniques is changing the blending mode to soft or hard. For this drawing, I'm going to be using hard light. These blending modes slightly change the hues of the drawing. In most cases, it enhances the other colors. You're going to want to use a saturated blue and cover the layer up. Then we're going to take a pink airbrush and apply it around her face. Next, we're going to lower the opacity. Doing this makes a huge difference in your colors. If you're looking for something more saturated in your art, I recommend using the soft and/or hard blending modes. Here's a comparison between the before and after. Next, we are going to enhance the light by adding a new layer, clipping it, and setting the blend mode to add. Now we're going to be using an airbrush with this orangey yellowish color. By putting this on your art, it will give it a nice, light, and fluffy look. We now have one step left. If we look at the original clip of SUA, we can see that she has highlights under her brows and in her ears. This indicates that there's a reflection or another source of light below. To do this, we are going to make a clipped layer with a lightened blending mode, and then we're going to be taking a fade brush with a saturated pink. I'm going to be placing these highlights under her brows and in her ears, just like the reference. Now, like I said before, the colors might be different depending on the setting of light. You can always play with other colors if you need to. Now that we're finished, I'm going to be lowering the opacity so that the pink looks a bit more natural on our skin. I also added a bit more highlights on our clothes to show the depth and direction of light. Now that I've placed it all down, I'm finally finished with the drawing. Here is the before and after. Using blending modes is so effective and easy once you get the hang of it. It'll improve your lighting almost right away. I hope you found this video useful and that you learned how to do basic lighting for your digital art on Ibis Paint. If you want to learn how I do finishing touches on my other pieces of art, make sure to check the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll make sure to see you next time. Bye bye!